This weekend, ShopRite drops the deals and the prices. Don't miss these massive savings only at ShopRite. Now, there's 28 places between 87th FIFA ranked Zambia as well as 59th ranked South Africa. And in instances and in moments, many might say, we saw those instances, but the biggest player in this 1-0 after 45 minutes of play is not Bafana Bafana, nor is it football of Zambia. It has to be the pitch. It's had a lot to say with what's happened in that 45 minutes. We'll get back to it. We'll show you exactly how it's planned out. But after 45 minutes, South Africa having a bulk of what we've seen as far as position is concerned, as far as the shot on target is concerned, and shots in general is concerned. Daryl Blackley as well as Trumbo Kekana are with us. Guys, talk me through what you saw in that first half.
Well, from my point of view, I can see you spoke about the pitch, it's been very, very bad. I think I've played there a few times back in my days. You can see the ball is always bouncing, so it makes it quite difficult, for the team. Yeah, 1-0, of course. You see the goal attempts.
3 shots for us on target, 7 all in all, 0-0.
Corners, you can tell that the pitch is another opponent. They're marking the players because of the pitch. There's no fluidity of passes. There's no fluidity of certain movements that normally you do when you have possession of the ball. But of course, the quality of this group of players will always come through, and in some moment you can tell what they're trying to achieve in some moment. And the reason why we don't have so many last third entries is because of the pitch. But yeah, you can tell both sides are struggling. Even the Zambians in some moments, in Fashion Sakala's side, you can tell he's trying to do the step overs, but he can't do that because the pitch, grips on the ball, and it's hard. We look at this muddy. But more than anything, I think it's a fair performances from group of players.
Well, Darren, let's go straight into it. I think the first one we saw was in the 10th minute here with the combination of Mokoena and Moremi. A good pass that we saw through. We're later going to see how good a pass can get you when it does get you something with this right here.
This is a perfect pass. It shows you the vision, that he has to play a touch a ball directly onto a foot. And of course, to control it, to bring it down. Again, the pitch, the ball bounces and he tries to get it properly, to put it on track, and this doesn't work out for him. But this shows you clearly here, he runs perfectly between the two defenders, tries to bring it down, and then doesn't get it right, but unlucky.
But what a pass from Mokoena with his side foot. And normally during my days, I used to use shoelaces to drive the ball in that nature, in that manner. But you can tell that it's his quality to know when to play the ball with the right pace, with the right weight. That for me, I think is class. And I think he can build on this movement because in a tournament of CAFCON, you need a variety of attacks.
This is the 22nd minute here that we're seeing it. Bogazia Polis here combining for this one here. Sure. Once again, it's those driven passes that we're seeing. And then there's a lot of interplay here for it to go wide.
Yeah.
Comes back in, Daron there.
If you see clearly, Bafana are playing a very modern football.
Yeah.
You get their wing backs are going very deep, creating 5 up front, and it's very difficult to mark. This is why they're creating these spaces, which you see Apollo's getting the ball and try to bring it in for Lyle Foster. And constantly, you keep on seeing this, and if you have like a team like Zambia that can't defend that, they can get caught, constantly every pass off the pass, and it's very difficult to close it down, which is working in Bafana's favor.
Sipomboli.
Yeah. He's playing a number 10 role today, like the way number 10 should be played. I don't see him coming a lot to come and receive in the foot of Mokoena or Spapello. He's just behind Lyle Foster. That's why we number 10 should play. And the fact that he's playing forward today, I like that. You need to be able to receive on a half 10 all the time, to receive and make sure that you serve your striker. And he has done that in this 45 minutes, and I'm quite impressed with his performance.
I think if you look at the 33rd minute, that's when you start to see this whole move that they try to do with the short passes, a long pass here and there. Look at that, because it starts off with that there, but it would then go around a little bit here, Darwin.
You can see this is trained, of course. They've been training many times. That when the ball comes in such a situations, you got to get the guys attacking up front to receive. And then, of course, when your team is sitting very, very deep, which is Zambia, they play those small touches through the windows and it's very difficult, as I said, to defend, because the minute you defend and you defend one of the Bafana players, and it's a foul around the box, it's danger. It's a goal scoring opportunity. This is why most of the teams, when they sit deep, they don't put pressure. You know, they make the teams play. But if you don't put pressure, you don't try and win the ball, then you're going to create opportunities on the outside to bring the ball into the danger area.
I look at this goal and I'm happy with the way Bafana overloading to one side, and they're using line as a 4 against 3, which they win it here because they rely on that. This is aggressive play. I like the combination between Muremi and Mbule in this instance. Mbule knows that he has to play forward because he's facing the play. I want you to look at the line Foster, the run. He's dragging Chongo there. If you can see, Chongo is trying to come with him.
Yes.
And as he comes with him, the right back, which is in Panze at this time, he's going to be late because Apollos is on his bike. And there's a pass, the weight of the pass from Sipo, you got to marvel that. And of course, the kid doesn't miss a lot. And that's what differentiates him and the rest of the group in terms of the wing playing. I like the kid.
But I would say it's Lyle Foster's goal because the way he opened up the space for us to run behind the defense, you know.
But that's the intelligence of Mbule as well, because it looked like you can go Lyle Foster, but that was the decoy.
And that's the quality of our players, because then you need to, without communicating with words, you have to just know where your teammate is. 100%. And of course, with the quality of the pass and the weight of the pass, like I said, the kid doesn't miss a lot. And of course, when he's there, he will take the chances.
1-0 at the end of 45 minutes. Apart is setting us apart, but it's that Mbule pass, that Foster decoy. It's a team goal. That can they do much of the same in the second half? The second break, when we come back, we'll take a look at the second half of what it looks like for Bafana Bafana.